I essentially want to talk about some of the major trends that are today taking place in the entire ICT landscape of the country. At DataQuest, we have watched different kind of changes that have taken place over the last now nearly 4 decades. Next year will be the 40th year celebration that we would be doing. DataQuest was launched in December 1982. It's been absolutely terrific journey. But in that journey, we have seen many major changes. And the interesting thing about the changes are that when you are part of that change, you don't see the bigger picture of what this change is doing. But when you reflect back upon it, then you know that what is the generational change which is caused because of those. So one of them, the first one, of course, was the introduction of information technology. So in 82, there were, I think, just about 1,000 computers in India. In 82, the PC had still not come into India. You still had, the IBM and the DEC and those kind of machines here. Some 8-bit kind of computers had started coming in, but the PC had still not come in at that time. So, you had HCL, DCM, ORG, that kind of stuff which was going on. But I think, information technology computation brought about a sea change. And it made a change in almost all businesses, the way things are done. So it was a wave, right? And the next change that one saw was the assurance of PC, and therefore the democratization of the entire information technology taking place, PCs moving on to the desktop and so on. And that was also the time that we launched PC Quest. Because we could see that there was a new breed of, yes, there were professional users, the CIOs and so on, but there were also individual enthusiasts and users, and that's why PC Quest was launched as another publication which was there. But again, if I look at the global picture, the bigger picture, then what it means is that you had a device that was then available in everybody's hands. And what that device meant was that there was a complete change in terms of productivity. Right? And then there was the internet, and that brought about the connectivity wave. And once again, when the internet came, you will see that each and every business changed, each and every business transformed. And there was a new kind of set of applications that started coming in because of this connectivity. And so now you had the democratization of the device, and then you had, of course, the entire connectivity piece which was coming on top. And then again, there was a device which caused the change as far as the next wave is concerned. And this particular device which was there was essentially your mobile phone. So now there was yet another device, still simpler to use, that came into, and so further democratization took place. The entire information technology started becoming ubiquitous and so on. And then, of course, the next change coming because of the cloud-related technologies and so on. So if I sort of focus on the future, then very clearly, and that is the theme this year when we are talking about deep tech, we are talking about next gen technologies. And I want you to see the bigger picture, that 10 years, 15 years later, when somebody starts talking about this time period, what is it that they will remember it by? Will they remember it as AI? Will they remember it as ML? Will they remember it as blockchain? Would they remember it as quantum? Would it be a metaverse? Would it be 5G? Would it be AR? Would it be VR? No. These are all components of the big story which is there. And the big story there is that there is a complete transformation which is going to take place in each and every business as we know. Your businesses, whatever it be, whether it is your toy manufacturer, your business is going to change in the next 15 years because of all these technologies that I talked about. If you are a cycle manufacturer, your business is going to change completely because of that. If you're a soap manufacturer, your business is going to change. So there is a fundamental change that is going to be brought about by these technologies in terms of the entire interaction that will take place. And by the way, this is not with businesses. This will also happen with your users, it will happen with the society, it will happen with people. At all levels, there is this change that will take place. And we are very fortunate to be right now in the middle of all that. And actually at DataQuest, what we did was that last year we created the first DataQuest Deep Tech Conclave. And there we looked at health tech, we looked at fintech, we looked at ed tech, we looked at different types of technology, business areas. We also looked at what is happening with, as I said, blockchain and this and that and so on. So there is a complete technology view. There is a complete view as far as the various business areas are concerned, and you need to marry those. The second big change, and I only want to talk about these two big changes today before I invite Mr. Anshu Prakash for the keynote address. The second big change which is taking place is in terms of the disruption that is taking place in the business models, which is getting caused because of, I would say, once again, I would say it is because of two different factors which are there. One of them is startups, okay? And the second factor is that you are now creating frameworks, you are creating platforms and so on. So just as what we saw, and Mr. Arun Seth referred to it just now, that UPI created a whole change in the entire BFSI space, and you had new technologies coming in, you had a boost being given to fintech, and today, when I go to the US, which of course I've not done for 2 years, I find that that's a third world country as far as fintech is concerned. The kind of payment systems that we have are far better here than what they are in the developed world. That is the kind of a thing which is today happening thanks to a platform that got created. And as I said, the second factor there is startups. Okay, startups are disrupting. So if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, right? And therefore you have had so many unicorns getting created, more than 40 of them in this very year, which are all new companies, which are not any of the existing companies that are there. And so this is once again going to be the second major disruptive force in the next 15 years, is a continuous sort of a change that will be there in the next 15 years. So please see this big picture, different technology blocks creating a big change, as well as this entire startup and the frameworks once again creating a completely new way of working. And it is going to, as I said, affect the business of each and every person here in this room. With that, thank you very much.